Hey guys, my name is Oluwasegun Kolawole. I am a tech career coach. I talk on tech career products as well as leadership. If this is your first time of joining us on this channel, welcome, and you should subscribe so that you can get as many as possible of these videos that I post. Turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted each time these videos drop. Now let's go into the topic of today, which is something that is very, very common to product management. All right, and product managers face a lot of this issue over and over again, and that's balancing speed and quality. And I'm going to tell you a story. I was in a company and we were working on a government project, and this had a deadline, and we're supposed to implement a few things that they wanted us to do, and it was an application. Now I was boxed in this situation because I was the product manager leading the product and dealing with stakeholders, external stakeholders and even internal stakeholders. Everybody was on my neck waiting for the magic that I was going to do. Now it is all about we being able to ship quality even while we're prioritizing speed, or let's say they want us to ship out as fast as possible while prioritizing speed from our own company. It wasn't really a funny thing at all. So now what happened? Because I wanted to meet up with the deadline and everything, I decided to start skipping process. So which is, we always had like 4 different stages of tests. We have the integration test, we have the functional test, we have the regression test, and we have the sanity test. And all of these tests were supposed to be done on this product before we actually give it out to the customer. So which means we even had a UAT environment, and we had to carry out all of these 4 tests on these 2 environments before we actually roll out to the production server. Now what did I do? So I said, because we need to launch and all of these things, let's leave this. When they want to do this, I tell them, leave this, let's do that, because we don't have time. We have just 1 day and everything. Now lo and behold, what I'm going to tell you is that when we eventually launched, the application was so buggy, that is, it had a lot of bugs because they were not captured. Some things happened on the test server or on the UAT server that did not happen on the test server, which means there were a lot of cases that we discovered. Now they called the QA because a mail went out like we actually released an application that was buggy enough, and that was not too good. In the course of investigation, they checked the process and they saw that the problem was because some test cases were missing and we did not use all the environment for doing this. Now I was trying to do the team a whole good and also the company at large a whole good. But what did I do? I did something. I boycott process. I cut out some processes that were already there to maintain quality. Look at that. And because of that, I decided that okay, we will still be able to ship quality and all. Eventually we shipped a bug-filled application. Now this was not so good for me at that point because I eventually received the blame as a product manager that why would I skip process? One of the things I learned then was that I shouldn't have skipped the process. I should have done 4 things which I'm going to be explaining to you right now. Stay till the end of the video so that you can grab all these 4 things and you wish this kind of thing a goodbye. Number 1 is set your priorities. In fact, if you don't get your priorities right, some things would happen. You should be able to know that okay, what are the things that we know can go in with this application? When you know the things that are supposed to go in with the application, you've learned about the Moscow framework before. That is must have, could have, nice to have, all of these things. You are able to now know that okay, because of this, these are the things that will be coming out. These are the things that we will not be able to launch at this moment on this application, rather than just pushing everything and miss out process. If you have your priorities, or if you get these priorities right, you'll be able to know what needs to be implemented first. And if you are not able to implement some things, you will know that okay, we are not going to be able to implement this particular thing, and you will have managed expectations. And whatever that is not necessary for you to have as like maybe things that you have under your could have, you would not be implementing it when you still have other features that you should work on. That's where you'll be able to know that okay, this is the process in which our application must undergo before shipping, so you are not skipping any of the processes, but you can fast track the process. How can you fast track the process? Which is the first thing that I learned from that mistake I made. I fast track the process by setting the priorities right. I don't have to implement everything actually. let us do what we can do within this period while still maintaining our quality management process. Now, number 2, define a minimum viable product. So defining a minimum viable product in respect to agile framework. Make sure you are making use of the agile framework, because if you are building anything that will require upgrade over and over again, that customers are using and you're going to be getting feedback, it's important that you do this, because you'll be able to document everything about the application inside this agile environment. So where you use platforms like Jira or Asana, you use ClickUp and several other product management platforms that you can use. Yeah, literally project management in the real sense. So if you're able to use any of this platform, you are able to know that, okay, this is what we are shipping now, and once we have pushed this, we'll be able to push several other things. And you don't just dump everything and say you want to push everything at once, and at the very end you're not able to watch out for speed. Trust me, the reason we have all of these processes in place is to make sure we have like the best of qualities. Now when you are boycotting any of these processes, you are at the risk of making mistakes. So all you have to do is speed up the process by removing excesses and things that you don't actually need. Now, number 3 is robust testing. We had a lot of things to test. We have like 8 stages of tests that we are supposed to carry out, and it's a lot of things to do. You want to do different form of testing, regression tests, functional tests, and all of these things. It's quite stressful, and we add few ends at that point. Now we've learned that machines actually make things faster. Why don't we employ the faster approach in quality assurance management and all? So which is automated testing. If you had automation testing, things that should take you 4 hours to run, automated testing can help you achieve this in 20 minutes. It can help you achieve this thing also in 5 minutes, depending on whatever you're working on. So that's where you'll be able to reduce the time that you spend doing some things, and you'll be able to work on whatever you're working as fast as possible. That way you're managing risk. So embrace the heart of automated testing. And testing is one of the problems that most of these applications have. You are not able to cover some edge cases, and you are not able to test some cases because you're trying to speed things up. So if you're able to test most of these things, the application is going to bring it out for you. Oh, you are not able to do this. This is the bug we encountered, and give you a very good report which you can actually present as the test report at the end of the day when they ask you for it. Now, the 4th one I'm going to be mentioning, it's very, very important. Why did I say it's very important? Now, because you are balanced, you're trying to manage speed and all. There are a lot of exceptions that your developers will be coming across and they're supposed to fix. But then, if you do not train your developers or whoever you're working with, your QAs and every of the team members, if you don't train them on how to take ownership for things. Ownership here is what I mean, like, okay, they're not making silly mistakes. So what are silly mistakes? They're supposed to do something and they did not do it. And this could be half-heartedness. Maybe it could be caused from half-heartedness. Maybe their mind is not actually totally on what they are doing. They didn't bring in the sense of ownership. Ownership is very, very important at this point, whereby you make the team members understand what is at stake, which is 1. And number 2, they will take this time to understand what they are supposed to work on. So there is no assumptions. And when there are no assumptions, your developers will ask you the right questions at the right time. Not that you have to come back and do some things and go back to do them. Write a well-detailed acceptance criteria as a product manager, because this is what will help you to know that, okay, I'm trying to manage time. Ensure you create a system where they can only work once, and you can also ascertain quality that, okay, when they work on this thing once, this is what will happen. So your acceptance criteria must be robust, and your team members should be able to take ownership, whereby they understand what they are doing at that point, the full scope. If they understand, they can give suggestions, and they'll be able to tell you the possible blockers that they might probably face along the line. So ownership is very important, and how you can do it is to educate them very well, and also start from doing that from your hand as a product manager. Ensure you have all your acceptance criteria marked out. That way they will be able to work according to it, and there should be a clear definition of done. When the clear definition of done is in place, then there is no need to go back and forth. This is what we mean by done, and you must have done all of this before we proceed to this. This will reduce going back and forth from both you, the QA, as well as the developer themselves, and this will help to manage productivity and everybody is happy at the very end. If this video has helped you, please share with a product manager or a project manager that has been going through this kind of problem and you really want to help the person. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe so that you can continue to get more of informative videos like this. Bye for now.